Yeah, hello traders. This is Forex Grandmaster here, and I'm just quickly making this video to try to give you guys a very good understanding of what is really happening in the financial market, especially as it relates to the crypto market, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. And the reason why I'm making this video is to try to explain to many of you guys that have chatted me up to try to understand what exactly is happening, why is the bearish one, it could just be this long, and to also guide you to give you a pretty informed analysis of what you should expect, and then at least to give you some rest of mind. So it makes sense that we can share this video with some of your friends that also have concerns regarding the crypto market and all that. And a very good place to start from will be to go to the analysis I gave out in my channel in 2020. Now this is September 27, 2020. Now if you look at this chart, I gave this analysis that dollar index is supposed to be gaining strength for quite a long time. This is the weekly chart, and it's going to be analysis on the weekly chart is going to be lasting for quite a long time, which is why even as of today, which is September 26, 2023, which is almost exactly 2022, sorry, so which is almost exactly 2 years right now, and that is exactly where we are. So I gave this projection that dollar index is going to be showing strength. We may experience strength on the US dollars across board. Structure suggests emergence of the bullish trend on dollar index DXY, and so based on that, I then gave sell structure on GDP USD, which is this. I gave the sell structure on GDP USD. I also gave the sell structure on gold. I gave the sell structure on Euro USD. Now we are going to go to the chart right now and see exactly how it has played out, and then we will use this to have a very good understanding of how it relates to the crypto market. And before we even go to the price chart, it's very essential that I bring this up right here. And the reason why I'm even giving this history of analysis that have been done, like all these projections that have been done all the way back in 2020, and this is about 2 years right now, and price just keep on respecting those decisions. It's because market does not move by chance. Price movement does not happen by accident. It's more or less more like premeditated. Those that are very familiar with market analysis or with pro trader already have an understanding of where price direction is going to be, where price is heading to, way before it happens. And then if you are such person that also have good knowledge of the market, it helps you to make informed decision. Like right now, some people are selling off their digital asset out of panic because Bitcoin has actually been going all the way down from about 50 something thousand. And right now it's around 20 something thousand now. So by 10,000, yeah. So if they have a very good understanding of where the market's the bearish trend is going to end, and then the bullish market is going to start, it's going to help them to stay put, and it's going to even help them to be able to know when exactly to add more to their digital asset than just selling it off. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is to help you to understand how the price dynamic works, and then to let you know that price movement doesn't just happen by chance. If you look at the chart quite holistically, you'll be able to see and know what to expect in the market. So we are just going to go to the price chart right now, and then I will show you the position of the market, how this relates to the crypto chart, and what to expect from this very present position. So yes, this is the dollar index, the same projection that I gave way back in 2020, which is going to be September, somewhere around here or so, in 2020. That I gave that dollar index is going to be going up, and as you can see right here, this is where we are right now. The dollar index chart have actually, the dollar index has shown a lot of strength for over 2 years right now that I gave that analysis, and we are expecting that price may most likely just bounce off around here, which is why you are seeing a rejection candlestick already forming right here around where this Y is positioned. Or if there's going to be some kind of stretch or extension, it's going to most likely get to the $120 level. But now that is not even why I'm showing you this. Now if we go to the GDP USD chart, this is the gold chart. You see that the gold chart also came all the way down from that same area that I gave the sell structure from in 2020, somewhere around here, around this 2020, came all the way down to this point. Euro USD too has a very similar structure, and you can see I gave this this projection for Euro USD sometime around here that we are expecting it to go down based on the structure that we were able to see on the dollar index. The same goes to the GDP USD. The GDP USD, it was somewhere around where I gave the sell structure, and this was exactly what happened. Price came all the way down to this level. Now, why am I bringing up all this? The reason why I'm bringing up all this is because you need to have some understanding that there are fundamentals that drive the economy. There are macro indicators that the professional traders do look at that inform them of which currency they are going to be buying at any particular point in time. Now, interestingly, you would see that all this while, before 2020, so to say, the Bitcoin chart or the crypto market's price doesn't really used to respond to fundamentals, that the macroeconomic news, the US news release and all that. But just recently, you can confirm the fact that whenever there's a news release on USD, whenever there's a news release on USD that has to do with interest rate decision, that has to do with unemployment rates, that has to do with the FOMs and all that, there are reactions on the price charts. And what does this then tells you? This then lets you know that of a truth, what this means is that the crypto market is getting adopted by the major players, which is why you see that anytime they now release news like the non-farm payroll, the unemployment rate, the interest rate decision and all that, if you go to your crypto chart, you will see that the price of Bitcoin or the price of Ethereum are going to be moving so aggressively. They respond directly to those news releases. So what happens, or what could this mean? This just definitely mean that you have big players that are now making informed decisions to trade the crypto chart. They are now investing in the crypto chart, in the Bitcoin, in the Ethereum. And as you can see, the problem is not really regarding the crypto market. The problem we have right now is that the US dollars is much more stronger than any currency that you can take off in the whole world as of currently right now. The US dollars has been able to gain strength against the Euro USD, which is why you see that right now the Euro USD is trading less than $1 right now. You can see 0.9682. If you go to the GDP USD too, you will see that the GDP USD has been is almost at parity right now. It's almost at $1 to £1. So so what this translates is that a lot of big players are buying the Euro and they are buying the US dollars. There are a lot of high demand for dollars. And in the financial markets, you cannot buy another currency without selling the other currency. So if there are high demand for dollar, it definitely means that the key players are buying dollar and then they are selling off all other ones. So as of that 2020 that I gave those price chart, there's every tendency right then which is why you see that Bitcoin first went up. It's every tendency. Let me even go to the Bitcoin chart. Where's the Bitcoin chart right now? Okay, let's go here, right here. So let's go all the way back to 2020 in the Bitcoin chart. So this was exactly around where the analysis was. As at that time, I was making that projection that there's every tendency that that dollar index is going to be going up, it's going to be gaining strength. So you could see that around that period, there were accumulations of BTC. That means there were a lot of buys buy of BTC and less of dollar index. However, when it goes to retest the second highest, the initial high right here, you can see that price came back to retest this initial high right here. Came back to retest this initial high. Dollar index started gaining strength. So which means that a whole lot of investors that have purchased Bitcoin around this low at this period are now selling off their investment. And it's not just happening to Bitcoin. The same structure that you can see right here is the same structure that you see if you go to Ethereum. Ethereum also made a retest of around this point and then started selling off. So, and it's not just the Bitcoin, not just the Ethereum, it's happening almost everywhere. If you go to the gold chart, you will see that the gold chart also had a sell structure when it came to retest this same initial high. So you are having dollar that is gaining strength over every other currencies. It gains strength over euro, it gains strength over pounds, it gains strength over Aussie, it gains strength over New Zealand, it gains strength almost over most of all the other currencies that you can take up. So what is going to be making Bitcoin not to be affected when the demand for dollar right now is much more higher than any time before? Even the Nigerian dollar right now keeps on, depleting against the dollar, keep on losing strength against the dollar. So it is not really that, although there is a peculiar problem that has to do with Naira, we all know that. But the reason why it's even getting much more stronger, where the dollar is getting much more stronger against the Naira, is because right now there is demand for dollar almost all over the world, and which is the reason why you see that the rate at which the Naira just swept down the rate at which the US dollar just swept down the Naira is very, very high. If the euro cannot stand against the dollar, the pounds cannot stand against the dollar, and even gold cannot stand against the dollar, is it Naira that is going to be standing against the dollar, or even the Bitcoin or the Ethereum? Remember that the Bitcoin and the Ethereum are just new concepts. They are just new market that are emerging, that are just going to be getting adoption over the period. So if the top other major currencies in the whole world are not being able to stand against the dollar, is it the Bitcoin or is it the Naira that is going to be standing against it? So now, since you have a very good understanding of what is really happening, that the current position right now is that the world is having high demand for dollar. Now, at a particular point in time, there's going to be the way the financial market works. After a coin, after a currency, so to say, after a currency gains strength, which means that they are buying that currency and they are selling the other one. After some time again, they will sell that same currency that they are buying right now in exchange for another currency. So what we are going to do now is we're going to go back to the dollar index chart to try to have an understanding of what exactly is, where exactly we are right now, where we expect the dollar index to stop and pause or stop and reverse altogether. If you can have a very good understanding of where the dollar index is going to be getting to sell from, then it will give you a very good understanding of when to expect the Bitcoin to start, the Bitcoin or the Ethereum or the crypto market, so to say, to start gaining strength. Because there's something that we call Bitcoin dominance. That means Bitcoin having much more influence than most of other altcoins. We call the other ones altcoins. So the dominance of Bitcoin is even quite, getting reduced over the period because of the emergence of other altcoins that are coming on board. But then the Bitcoin dominance is still there. That means the market capitalization of Bitcoin is still far much more than most other altcoins out there. So whatever happened to Bitcoin tends to really drive other currencies, which is what we call the altcoin. So now in this dollar index chart, we can see right here that price have made this, we call it the WXY structure right here. So it has gotten to this area where there's every tendency that it's going to be going down. Now, if it doesn't go down here, which is why you see that I've drawn another line right here, which is the retest of this initial high that price made in 2001 right here. So now, if it doesn't retrace around this Y level that we have right now, the maximum area that is most likely going to get into is the 120 level. Now, even if it plans to get to that 120 level, it's going to be showing us a structure that suggests that it's going to retrace or it's going to reverse immediately it's getting to that zone. Now, this candle that you are seeing right here that is showing the rejection is not yet sufficient for us to know if price is going to be reversing exactly from this point or not. You need about 3 or 4 candles to give you that confirmation that price is most likely going to be reversing, something that is very similar to this one. This one right here, you can see the candlestick formation that we have right here. The first one went up, the second one is the doji candlestick, the third one is the bearish candle that couldn't take out the initial low, and then the fourth one came all the way to this area. So when you have, this kind of cluster candlestick formation that is showing you rejections around that area, then that is when it gave you a confirmation that there is most likely going to be a reversal. So the same structure that we have seen right here is what we are going to be expecting. So if those candlestick formations start showing around here, then the bullish run is going to start translating even up to Bitcoin. Now, if the candlestick formation does not show reversal, it means that we need to still there's still every tendency that we're going to be waiting for quite some while for price to get to this area and then reverse. So there are 2 areas that we are going to be looking at reversal right now. The first one is that, and then the second one is this one. So for this one, I'm just going to change this to let me just use yellow. Yes. So at this very point right now, we may expect that dollar index is going to start showing weaknesses. So when it shows weaknesses, what does this translate in the financial market? It means that the major players that have been accumulating US dollars all this while have already accumulated as much as they want, and now they are looking forward to selling off the US dollar to make gain and then buying some other currencies like the pounds, the euro. So once that starts happening, that is when you start to see strength in euro, strength in pounds, strength in naira, and then strength in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So for now, there's, just like I said before, there are 2 areas that we're going to be looking for price to reverse. The first one is this, which is around the 113, and then the second one is at the 120. So with this right now, we can then go to so it's not the fault of crypto market. Forget whatever what do you call it, whatever the media says. The media knows how to make hypes in the market. They know how to create panics in the market and all that. I don't usually even bother about those things. Go to the chart and then you see what is happening exactly on the chart. So based on this understanding, we can then go to the Bitcoin chart and look at the structure that we have on that Bitcoin chart and then have our expectation of what may most likely happen. Now right here, you will see that I drew 2 lines right here, which is either going to be a continuation of the downtrend to this level C, or is going to be a double bottom reversal area where price is going to be going up. I don't want to confuse us, with all these different wave counts and all that and blah blah blah. But right now, the level that we have, is a retracement of the overall move upward that price have made. Price have actually been going quite a long time, to the upside, and then came all the way down here and rejected around here again and then flushed down. So this is just exactly almost the similar structure that you have on gold, where price got here and then went all the way down for wave 4 and then now planning to go all the way up again. Now, just like I said, I don't want to disturb us or confuse us with too much analysis of wave structure, but the information that we have right here shows that price may most likely either rejects giving us a double bottom formation around here, or at the second level around here, which is going to be around the 10,000 area, somewhere around here in the test of this zone. So I'm just going to change the color of this one. I'm going to change it to yellow to go in line with what I've already drawn before. So now, what you have right here in front of you is very simple. So as price is coming all the way down, making this retracement and oil coming all the way here, if it plans to reverse from this position right here, it has already done a double bottom for us, and then from here we may expect that price is then going to keep on going from that point. But however, if that is not going to be the case and it plans to do much more different than that, based on what we were able to see on the dollar index chart, where we have two alternatives of price either rejecting or extending and then reversing. So if it plans to do that, then it means that if price gets to somewhere around this area, this entire structure is going to be giving you a sell continuation structure. When price gets here, you should expect it to come all the way to retest this zone before it then reverses. But if you ask me right now, I think right now what we have currently suggests, let me just clear all these things right here. Okay, so if you ask me right here, what we have right now is suggesting that there's going to be at least some push up from here up to this level. So it is when it gets to this level that we will know exactly if the bullish run is going to start or not. So if it gets to this level and then you have a candlestick that breaks beyond this line that have been drawn here, it means that we are actually going to start the bullish run is going to begin. However, if it gets to this area, this exactly same zone, and then shows a rejection candlestick somewhere around here that rejects, so instead of it to break, it did as if it broke out, forming like a fake out candlestick formation and then rejecting. So if that happened, it means that we are then expecting it to still go all the way to somewhere around the 10,000 zone before it then do a proper reversal. This is exactly based on the structure that we could see on the dollar index chart. So if I go back to the dollar index chart, let me just click up on this and then go to the dollar index chart. You will see that we have exactly almost the same structure that I just explained to you. So right here for this dollar index, if it plans to reverse exactly around this spot, we are going to be having candlestick formation around here that shows that we are going to be having that rejection, something that looks like this, which I explained to you before, and then you expect the proper reversal to start. However, if that is not what happened and then price only made a pullback around here and then stops, if it makes a pullback here and then stops, it means that we are still expecting one more last swing to the upside, which is going to be forming a divergence in eventually if you are using the MACD or the RSI, and where the real true sell structure or the weakness of US dollar is going to be starting from. So the next question now is, how long do we expect this to form? Now in the financial market, you really cannot get the timing right because you don't control the market. Nobody controls the market. So you can only just use the past history to have an understanding of what may most likely be in the future. So as at this time right here, if price is going to be reversing, then you expect that every other currency like the Euro USD, the GDP USD, and also the Bitcoin are going to start making gaining strength. However, if we are expecting it to then get to this level, you can spend the next 2 to 3 months, because now the candlestick that we have currently is the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, one candle equals to 1 week, and so for one candle equals to 1 week, and for us to have a rejection confirmation around here, we need about 4 candles. So that means that we are talking of 1 month before we even have a confirmation of whether here is going to be holding or not. So which means right now we are in September, which means the whole of October will be used to try to have an understanding of whether this level is going to be holding or not. So if that doesn't hold, it means that those candlestick formations are not going to be formed. Instead of them to be clustering, they are actually going to be extending upwards. So in the next 1 month or 1.5 months, you will have a very good understanding of what price actually plans to do. If there are going to be clusters of candlestick around here, we are going to be having our bullish run starting in the next 1 month. However, if the candlestick cluster doesn't start around here and then still further kept on expanding up to this area, then it means we need minimum of 2 months. So right now we are in September, we need October and November to have a very good understanding of where price is going to be getting to and then reversing. So if you study this dollar index chart and relate it with the Bitcoin chart, it gives you a very good understanding of the position of the market. Remember right now that the Bitcoin has started, the crypto market has started responding to the macroeconomic indicators of the world. That means the unemployment decision, the interest rate decision, the non-farm payroll, FOMC, and a whole lot of all those things that you know that do respond, that do drive the financial market, is also currently happening in the crypto market, and is a very good thing. It's very good for crypto space. The reason for this is because it shows that we are now having major participants in the crypto market, and this is going to be tending to the adoption of the cryptocurrency altogether. So the take home to get from here is this: in the next 4 weeks, because this is a weekly candlestick, in the next 4 weeks, we are going to have an understanding of whether there's going to be a reversal around here, where the bullish run is going to be starting on the Bitcoin chart, or if this then doesn't happen right here, then in the next 2.5 months, we are then going to be having a very good position to look at as to the proper reversal happening around the 120 zone of the dollar index. And as such, let me just clear out all this one. And as such, we also expect that on the Bitcoin chart. So if you go to the Bitcoin chart and also the Ethereum chart, just like I said before, we are going to be having that reversal either around here, which is going to be 4 weeks right now, or it's going to extend up the way to this area, and then which is going to be about 2.5 months thereabout before we have a confirmation of the bullish run. The same goes for Ethereum. Ethereum is also, in a decision area where it's going to be either reversing from this point, this area, the line that I've drawn, either reversing from this point or extending all the way to about somewhere around $400 or $500 before it then starts reversing. In any which case, we are getting very close to the beginning of the new bullish expected, long-awaited expected run, but it's not just immediately right now. It's not within the next 1 week or 2 weeks. It's going to take at least 1 month. So it's either 1 month or 2.5 months for us to have the confirmation of the new or long-awaited bullish run. So if you have any question, I'm going to be dropping this video in my channel and also in my WhatsApp group. And if you have any question relating to what I've just said right now, you can chat me up for more clarification. And then if there's any update at any time, I will try to do another video or maybe hold a session with you guys to look at price charts holistically and then have an interaction of what to expect in the coming weeks. And so, like I said before, you can share this with your friends, and then in the coming weeks, I'm going to send updates. And then I didn't expect this analysis to take this long, like about 30 minutes, but then it's worth it. And then so I'm out right now, and then we'll have discussions on it later in the group. Cheers and bye for now.